Hi, good morning.
Hello, good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today in our career fair, virtual career fair. So this morning, I welcome all the Form 1 and Form 2 students. We are going to have a presentation by CTS College. We would like to introduce Mr. Suraj Raghunath, who will now begin the presentation so that you will become aware of what CTS College has to offer. So good morning, Mr. Raghunath. You go ahead, sir. Thanks so much again.
Thank you very much. And it's a pleasure on behalf of CTS to have been invited to be part of this career fair. And we do look forward to a very successful fair, not just for our presentation this morning, but for everyone who is presenting. And we do hope that all you students would benefit immensely from this activity. And again, I'd like to just say thank you very much for the opportunity. I'd like to be able to share my screen and cool. I'm just setting up my slides here for a second. Okay, right. So this presentation should last no more than 25 to 30 minutes, and it is intended that it could be interactive as well. So again, my name is Suraj Raghunath, and we are from CTS College. We are a private educational institute, and we have been operating since 1999, over 21 years experience in the education industry. So I'm sure that each of you would be looking forward to a bigger, better, and brighter future. Today, however, with the world being faced with such turmoil and uncertainty, even our futures are very uncertain. But we're going to talk about that in a little bit and present to you some options that you can consider, even amidst the uncertainty that exists in the world today. So I would be telling you all a little bit about myself very briefly, then why study for a degree, a little bit of information about the school, and then if there are any questions, we can have a question and answer segment. So my name is Suraj Raghunath. I am the Chief Empowerment Officer at CTS College in Chaguanas, and you can access us at www.ctscollege.com. We are mainly now providing classes online, and I am, as I've said, the Chief Empowerment Officer. I'm also a lecturer in our master's program. I'm also a part-time lecturer at the University of the West Indies. Why study for a degree? Well, how many of you have considered what careers you would like to get into after you graduate? I'm sure that a lot of you may have had fleeting thoughts about things that you may want to do, but being the age that you are, chances are that you are not too focused right now in terms of what direction you'd like to go. Some of you may not be, a few may be, but most of the time, students at your age are still very much unsettled and uncertain. There are, however, a few who will be very, very determined about right now what they want to do, what they want to become. The world today, however, is very uncertain, and plans are changing at the drop of a hat, at a very short moment's notice. So what is important for us today is that as we think about our future, we need to think with flexibility in mind. The career that I'm choosing, or what I would like to choose, if things change, would I be able to change as well? Would I be able to adapt to the environment? Okay, so we are seeing things in the country today like medical doctors. Many are graduating with degrees in medicine and can't find a job. And whilst it is excellent that someone's dreams of being a doctor may be fulfilled, I don't think you want to be a doctor and not have a practice. And that in itself is a challenge. And every year we are seeing many persons graduate out of high school, out of universities with degrees as the case may be, and just can't get a job. So one has to consider very carefully what sort of career you want to get into, and thought must be given to that even now, because the education landscape is no longer as it used to be before. Previously, there was basically one route for education, and that was primary school, secondary school, A-levels, and you go to university. Today, however, that is not the case. You can go to secondary school and go on to do a degree straight afterwards. You may not even go to secondary school. You can get into a degree program just by having work experience, okay? And there are many options that are available to you, which we will talk about in a little more detail in a short while. So why study for a degree? Why is it important that you become educated? Firstly, certification is important. So regardless of the career path you choose, some sort of formal study is required. If someone is going to employ you, they want to know that you have some education or some learning in your being, that you have been educated, you've been schooled, you learn certain stuff, that you are able to perform at a minimum level, a minimum acceptable level. The company will set what that minimum acceptable level is. But what is important is that you have a foundation as far as education is concerned. Having a degree doesn't mean that you are smart. All it says is that you are capable of learning. And in the employment industry today, things are changing so much that it is not just about employing someone with knowledge, but employing someone who has skills that they can use to make a difference in the workplace. Many people today have certification, but they cannot perform functions properly because they don't have the requisite skills to contribute successfully to the organizations that employ them. So it's very important, therefore, that we have a good education background. So what are some of the benefits of having a degree? Well, you might be able to type up some of those reasons, right? But if you think very carefully about having a degree, you may tell yourself, well, maybe it might help me to get a job, or it might help me to get a better job. It would possibly create more opportunities for employment. So if someone who has a degree compared to someone who doesn't have a degree program, right? The person with the degree, if it's in the relevant field, they are likely to have a greater chance of getting the job. It allows me then access to greater income, not just more opportunities. And it helps me, the fact that I'm earning more money, I might be able to enjoy a higher standard of living. It gives me the opportunity to choose where I want to work, who I want to work for, what kind of job I want to do, right? It helps me to get promotions in the workplace as well. It brings about a greater level of job satisfaction. And in addition to all of that, you can continue to learn even as you earn. So you can work as well and continue to study. A degree option and the certification on the whole makes you more marketable. Like I've said before, it gives you more opportunities to choose from. In Trinidad and Tobago, and this is just a reality check for you all, right now you all may not be aware, but almost 15,000 students complete secondary school every year in Trinidad. And in addition to that, there is another maybe 5,000 to 10,000 who are finishing tertiary education program like universities and what have you, private institutions like ours, right? Every year students are graduating. On average, there are about 5,000 jobs that are available in Trinidad and Tobago. And if you have over 20,000 people trying to get 5,000 jobs, it means that even if 5,000 people are employed, 15,000 are unemployed. Therefore, to get a job, it's very difficult. It's very competitive. An employer will now have the opportunity to exercise choice because there are so many people with degrees and certification. They are now able to determine what wage they pay because there's a situation of supply and demand. And in this case, the demand for jobs is greater than the supply. Therefore, they can pay lower prices because of the amount of people wanting to work, right? So they pay lower salaries. Therefore, it's important that you now give yourself the best possible chance of getting a job. And this is where your certification and qualification becomes important because employers now would look for the best people possible, the most qualified, the more experienced persons. In most organizations, those with the highest qualifications are normally the persons who are in management. That happens in most cases. So it's important, therefore, that you understand after you graduate from secondary school, there is no guarantee that you're going to get a job simply because you have your certification. You therefore have to consider very carefully the options that are available to you. And that's why it is so important, and the school must be complimented for providing you all at a very early age some opportunities for career guidance so that you are able to choose better what options there are available to you. At least from now on, you can start considering what direction you want your careers to go into. Okay? So why study for a degree? The question has to be asked, is having a degree a cost to you or is it an investment? Most persons may say, well, it's a cost because I have to spend a lot of money to get my degree. Well, really, it's an investment in yourself because anytime you invest in something, you want to get a good return on that investment. In this case, if it is you spend money investing in your academic development, you want to now ensure that you are successful. And as a result, you are going to apply yourself or should be applying yourself to derive the best benefits. As a result of you certifying yourself and graduating with your passes and going on to get a degree, as the case may be, you are now positioning yourself for employment. And that is where the investment is. Because as a result of what you become through your academic qualifications, you are able to now demand a good job with a well-paid salary. Now, I want to go through a small comparison for you so that you can see by way of using numbers, the difference with having a degree and certification at a high level as compared to not having certification at all. The government has a program called On-the-Job Training, OJT, and this is where they are trying to help with the employment situation in the country to ensure that young people and generally persons who are qualified but can't get a job, that they are helping them to do so. So you join this program, but not everyone who joins the program gets a job. So you might just be available on that list, but lots of people are on that list and they still cannot get a job. So in this OJT program, we are using this as the base figures for employment. So the government will give someone an OJT position with a CSEC certificate, $3,025 a month roughly. If you have CAPE, A-levels, you get $4,356. If you have an associate degree, which is just below a full degree, it's $5,445 a month. If you have a bachelor's degree or your first degree, it's $7,562. And if you have a master's degree, you get $8,712 a month. Okay? Just look at very carefully the disparity in the figures. So when you finish writing your secondary school, your CSEC exams, if you get an OJT position, you'll get $3,000 roughly a month. Watch these figures as compared to if you go on to study and have a degree. Because lots of students drop out for different reasons, some very good, and don't pursue education after secondary school. So let's look at this calculation for a little bit to just show you using numbers why it is so important that you continue to enhance your education. At $3,000 a month, which is the CSEC here, right? That's CSEC figure, so we're around in it off to 3,000. For 12 months, you get $36,000 for the year. If you go on to work for 45 years, and most people in Trinidad would work for about 45 years, you get $36,000, which is the amount of money you would work for a year, multiplied by 45 years, and that amounts to $1.6 million. Let's compare that to someone who after 45 years has a degree. So the person with a bachelor's degree working for $76 a month, in 1 year, they would work for $91,200. In 45 years, they would work for $4.1 million. So you compare the person with a degree to the person who just has CSEC qualification, and you will see that in that 45-year working life of the two individuals, the person with a degree would make almost 3 times as much, more than $2.4 million more than the person with a CSEC qualification. And this is simply from, and we are not using promotion figures and all of that and other perks that you may get in a job, right? These are the minimum figures, and you see the big difference. For 2.4 million, you can buy a house in most places in Trinidad. You can drive any kind of car you like, you can vacation where you want, you can have a pretty good life. Lots and lots of people today, after they have finished work and retire, they do not go home with half that amount of money. So you see how important it is that you consider what you want to do in terms of your careers. Right now, you may be saying, I'm just a teenager, I have my whole life ahead of me. Well, just recently I was a teenager. Now I have teenage children, right? And in the blink of an eye, I am getting old. So the point is that you are going to grow up before you know it. And it's therefore very important that you give serious consideration to what you want to do. So don't delay, you need to get started. So why should you get your degree? Well, we've just spoken about the financial aspect. We've spoken about increased opportunities for jobs and the impact it's gonna have in terms of your lifestyle and what you choose, all right? At CTS College, and I just want to let you know that you can move straight from CSEC. You don't even have to do A-levels, and you can go straight into a degree program. One of my sons, he's 19 years now. He went to Presentation College and he wrote his CSEC. He got 8 passes, all distinctions. And instead of moving him into CAPE to do A-levels, we enrolled him in this program called the Association of Business Executives. And in a short period of time, he got his diploma, right? And then he's now doing another certification course called SIPS. And he doesn't have A-levels. He would have a degree pretty soon, and he would have qualifications that, in fact, right now, he has a job that is earning him a significant amount of money. And it's all because of the decision he made to not do A-levels. Now, that may not happen for everybody, but it's important, therefore, that you know exactly what career path you are choosing so you make the right decisions for yourself. So his colleagues who are doing A-levels, his friends who he went to school with, they are still in school doing A-levels. He is now in a job. He's earning money, and pretty soon he's going to have his degree. Therefore, he's going to be way ahead of them as far as job opportunities are concerned. And it's simply because we made a decision to not do A-levels, but to move straight on to a degree program. And you have that option. I'm not saying that that is an option that everybody should take, but it is an option that everyone should consider in terms of looking at what choices you have in order to move forward. You can also do information technology. Now, the way the world is going, education is online and everything is now computer-based. Information is very important, and the technology behind the information is what is driving the world today. So it's one thing to have information. It's another thing to know the technology that is available to you. And the world is driven by technological advancement. It's therefore very important that you look at where the world is heading, the direction it is going, where it's trending, and make your choices. So you may have right now a desire to be maybe an engineer or a doctor, but the direction the world is heading may mean that you need more people in the field of information technology or in some computer-based digital aspect of opportunity that you may want to consider. And this might create for you more opportunities. So you need to be flexible in your thinking as well. At CTS College, we have lots of certification programs. And here's what is important. It's important for you that whilst you are at school preparing yourself, that you understand that there are lots of different things you can do to improve your certification level. The field of education is changing quickly. It's a very dynamic field today. So for instance, just like you can go into a pizza parlor and determine what toppings you want to put on your pizza, education is going in a direction whereby very soon you'll be able to choose what kind of degree you want and what are the courses you are going to choose to make up the necessary credits to get your degree. So it's going to be what we call customized to suit you. Here are some of the options that you can consider whilst you are during breaks in school, right, for vacation or even on afternoons, right? Yeah, these courses are courses that you can do online that would enhance your growth, development, and marketability. So it's one thing to have certification as far as CSEC is concerned, but there are other things that you need, qualifications that you may not get in your current school environment. Things like computer literacy, understanding Microsoft Office. It's a whole suite of programs, right? There are things that you can do that you can even earn $1 whilst you are in school. And these are things like smartphone repairs, right? Mobile application development, doing web designing, graphic designing, all those things, you know, video editing, short courses that you can do that you can become marketable. It's important, therefore, that you consider the different options, learning to speak French and Spanish, learning to organize an event, right? All those things are important. Other business skills like understanding payroll and taxation, public speaking, public relations, ladies, skincare and artistry, makeup, understanding social media, right? These are courses that you can do that can help you even whilst you are in secondary school to enhance your growth and help you to earn an income even at this young age. So those things are things that you need to consider. And there are other professional courses as well that we offer. Business writing skills, buying and selling property, certificate in introductory counseling, customer service management, industrial relations, and just, you know, there are other do-it-yourself stuff as well. I'm not going through all the different things that we have here. You can see it on the screen as well, right? Do-it-yourself stuff, learn balloon decorating, solar power systems, mastering interior decorating, air conditioning, electrical installation, plumbing, smartphone repairs, as I've said before, small appliance repairs. All these things are things that you can become certified in and start your own business. And those things could be done even whilst you are at school. So you can learn and earn at the same time. And you can grow even as you go. And as you go to school, that is. And you can continue to enhance your financial position. So don't let time go by and you are not utilizing your time properly. Sign up for some of these courses. You can find us at www.ctscollege.com. Okay. Now, CTS College, we've been around since 1999. This is a typical classroom. Okay. With Wi-Fi access, right? It's not your normal classroom, but right now we are online. Okay. So we have over 20 years experience. We are a private tertiary education institute. We are recognized by the Accreditation Council of Trinidad and Tobago. They are the governing body for which all education institutions must be affiliated with in order to be bona fide or legitimate. We offer a range of programs from CXC to diplomas to bachelor's degrees and master's degrees, right? Plus, we offer a range of professional development courses, do-it-yourself courses, those courses we just went through a short while ago. Our mission is to provide a high quality and relevant educational opportunities for all our students whilst we promote excellence. And our motto is where the experience is beyond the academics. So we are not just about certification, we are about the development of the human being. We are affiliated with universities out of England, right? So our certifications are recognized the world over. So if you travel out of Trinidad, you migrate, the certificates that you have, your degrees and so on, they will be recognized wherever you go, all right? We have won over 96 world prizes in our ABE program. We have over 46 university awards with the University of Hertfordshire. This is coming out of England. And numerous other awards we've won. And what I want to point out is that in Trinidad here, we have won over 11 awards from the Accreditation Council, 6 for student support services, 3 for excellence in an established quality management system in terms of how we present and how we run our institution, and 2 for excellence in teaching and learning. So we are very much one of the better run private schools in the country, and we've been doing quite well. Our strength is this kind of support we provide for our students. We are a caring and dedicated faculty. We are focused on the development of our students and our staff. And our lecturers are available to our students outside of the classroom. And we have things like WhatsApp group that we form with our students that we exchange information. Our lecturers do one-on-one sessions with our students. So you get a lot of support, all right? And we are very personable. We do a lot of past papers. We do a lot of reinforcement, and that's why our pass rates are pretty high. So in addition to, you know, like I said, we started primary school. In fact, more recently, we started a preschool online. So we have preschool, primary school, secondary school, right? CSEC, we do, and then your degree programs as well. And there's a lot of support that you're going to get from us, from our staff, from our lecturers as well. And then we have tutorials leading up to every exams, right? So we spend a lot of time with our students ensuring that they are well prepared for exams. We are very much a family. We, when things are normal, we go on hikes. We have a lot of team activities, sports and family days, right? We create a home atmosphere from a organizational perspective. We have a lot of team building for our staff. We celebrate each other's birthdays, right? Every opportunity we get, we have regularly, we are cooking in the office, but COVID has kind of dampened some of those things. But the fact is that we are very close to the students and the staff that we have because we want to be the best institution we can be. And these are some pictures from activities we would have undertaken in the past, right? Where we have gone on hikes and all of those things. So we are very much student focused, right? Now I'm almost through with my presentation, right? So this is just to let you know that, you know, as an institution, we are not just focused on education, we are considering everyone's overall development, okay? So this basically brings me to the end of our presentation today, and I just like to say a special thanks. I don't know if the opportunity would present for us to have any questions, but if you do, you can feed it through to your staff, Ms. George or whoever, and
yes.
So
thanks so much, sir. There is a question. One student just asked, how can he make money online?
All right, how can he make money online? Well, there are different things you can do. Social media is something that a student can, if you are versed in social media, right? Marketing on social media is very important, right? You can do sales online as well. So there are options, but a lot of the things that in order for you to be able to be successful in these things, you have to be first certified in terms of understanding the different platforms, right? Things like making TikTok videos and all of those things. You can do those things for companies, right? And help to grow your own brand as far as that is concerned. You can sell online, you can trade online, you know, there are many options you have.
All right, so thank you very much. We thank CTS College for that presentation, and it was a wealth of information. So students, as you are listening and you require more information from CTS College, please redirect your questions to your resident guidance officer so that he or she can provide more information on CTS College. Thank you so much, sir.
You're most welcome, and the students can visit us at ctscollege.com.
ctscollege.com. Thank you very much. I'm repeating, ctscollege.com. All right. So as we move on this morning, we thank CTS College, and next we have SWRHA. They are here to provide us with information as well as careers in the health sector. So we just had business and IT. Now we have careers in the health sector. So I invite the presenter from SWRHA to make a presentation for our students. Thank you so much. And as we await SWRHA, we know that our reality, it's one where we are very thankful to all our health professionals in this pandemic. So I am hoping that the presenter could enlighten you more on these careers so that if you are interested in being part of the health sector, this would indeed ignite your enthusiasm. So could the presenter go ahead and unmute as well as come on so that you would be able to share with the students?
Hi, good morning, Mrs. George. How are you?
I'm well, thank you.
Good
Thank you so
morning to you.
much. Thank
No
you so
problem.
much for being part of the career fair. So you go ahead, Miss Davian.
Right. So, Ms. George, before we begin, I would have uploaded a video presentation yesterday afternoon. I'm not certain if it will be loaded from by your end, on your end, or do I need to upload? I'm not certain. I do apologize.
All right. Could you just give me a few minutes, but you go ahead and talk to our students. Just give me a
All
few
right.
minutes, thanks.
No problem. All right. So, good morning, students. My name is Devian John. I am the Senior Human Resources Officer for Training and Development at the Southwest Regional Health Authority. I trust that all is well with all of you, despite the many challenges we face today in light of COVID and the online learning experience. So I hope that you buckle down, you do what you have to do. And I know it's difficult, but I encourage each and every one of you to continue to study hard and stay the course, all right? This morning, what we're going to share with you is a video presentation from our Allied Services unit. Now, Allied Services is anything that what we call that is not deemed clinical, that is nursing or doctors or medical, right? So under the Allied administration, you will have services such as physiotherapy, pharmacy services, radiology services, right? Just to name a few. All right. And based on that, you have nutrition and dietetics as well. And based on that, you will find our presentation is geared towards that, as well as services from under operations unit. All right. So I trust that you enjoy the brief presentation that we've shared with you. You all are free to ask any questions at the end of the presentation. All right. Does anybody have any questions or concerns at this time? Or would you all like me to share? So let me share briefly what Southwest Regional Health Authority is. The SWRHA would have been created by an act of parliament, and we are the largest region of all. We have 5 altogether. All right, we have Eastern Regional Health Authority, Tobago RHA, Northwest, North Central, and of course us at SWARO. We cover 1/3 of the Earth's population, and we serve a population size of over 600,000 persons. Okay, we offer a wide range of services from oncology to maternal and child health care, pediatric surgery, rheumatology services, emergency, just to mention a few. All right, we have over 31 health centers. We have 2 major hospitals. And for those of you who follow the news, we would have recently opened our new Point Fortin Hospital as well. And we have the extended care centers, the New Horizon at Piparo. We have Hoover Extended Care Center and one in Point Fortin as well. All right. So I'm just waiting on Ms. Georgia this time. All right, can you give me a few minutes, please?
Sure, miss. So while Miss Devian is getting the presentation ready, I think I would love to give a story. My mom was a nurse, and she worked for many years in the health sector. And I would share with you that it is a very rewarding profession. Coming from my experience looking at my mom work as a nurse, in that it allowed her to interact with many persons from different backgrounds, as well as she worked a lot in the community. So if any one of you all are thinking to be part of the health sector, know that your social skills, it's really, really important, because of course you will be interacting with persons who require your assistance, your nurturance, your care, etc. So as I'm sharing, the subjects that we usually ask students to take keen interest in, especially when you're in Form 3 and you're about to choose. Of course, you would be looking at the science area, the traditional sciences like the biology, the chemistry, physics, etc. And of course, there are other applied sciences. We have the combination with integrated science, as well as, you know, a lot of students have also shown keen interest in human and social biology as well. Of course, all of these subjects provide you with the qualification at the CSEC level to go into, if it's medicine or health, if that is your interest, it points you in that direction. And of course, from the CSEC avenue, you can move on to other tertiary institutions, or even if it's a requirement, you can move on to CAPE in order to qualify for careers in the health sector. So as we await the presentation, you can mull it over in your head. If it is the health industry, the health sector is an avenue that suits your personality, as I said, ponder over it. And when it is you are given the opportunity to choose subjects, you take keen interest in the science field. So, Miss, are we ready?
Ms. George?
Yes.
Ms. George? Hi, we're having some challenges. Just give me a few minutes, please. I do apologize.
All right then, sure, no problem, no problem.
I do apologize, Ms. George. We are just having some technical challenges here. Ms. George, can you hear me?
Yes, I'm hearing you. Okay, thank you. So we also have Miss Lambert from the nutrition department. So Miss Lambert, could you just share with our students in the interim while Miss Davy Ann works out the presentation? So Miss Lambert, could you go ahead? Oh,
Yeah, good morning, everybody. I see that Miss John seems to be almost ready. Should I continue, Miss George?
yes, ma'am. You can go ahead and just share about your profession in the meantime. So it gives Miss Davy Ann an opportunity to just work out the technical issues with the presentation. So go ahead, Miss Lambert.
Okay, good morning, students. My name is Natisha Kerr-Lambert, and I am the Regional Manager of Nutrition and Dietetics at the SWRHA. Our field is quite diverse. Most persons, when they hear about nutrition and dietetics, they think only of food. Well, we are very fortunate in our department. We have many categories of staff. We have, of course, myself, a regional manager. Then you also have categories such as the administrative arm of our department with professional secretaries and clerks. And then we have the technical aspect of our department with registered dietitians, technicians. We have food service supervisors. We have cooks. We have nutrition and dietetic assistants. We have nutrition and dietetic aides. We have nutrition and dietetic attendants. Our department is also supported by our daily paid men, so that you would find that in our department, there are many different categories. So anybody who is interested in nutrition and dietetics can actually find themselves in a position that they might find themselves liking. And you can also elevate in our department, because at no matter what level you are, you may find yourself being interested in somebody else's category. And you can always get an interest in terms of studying to become that category of staff. So that you find that many students, they may come in as an attendant and reach to the level of even where I am today. So nothing is impossible. I'm just happy to add that you can come into our department even with primary school leaving, so that you find that already students like yourself in the secondary school are already at an advantage, and you can enter any category basically on the lower end, the food service arm, with 3 subjects. Of course, you must have English and maths, which Miss will be very happy to hear. So we encourage the English and maths, and then you get into anything at the bottom where we have an organizational chart, and at the bottom of our chart helps you to get in entry level, and you enter that field and move your way up the ladder, because we always encourage you to move forward, right? It's not a department that's boring, of course, because you have so much cooking and all of these different things that could definitely add to health. So our field focuses on cooking. You have educating patients, educating clients, and helping you to improve your health. What we try to do at the level of the dietitian is to tell people, not just tell people what to eat, but to help guide them in terms of the foods that they eat that would contribute to a better health. A lot of people have illnesses, and the foods that they eat affect what their outcome of health. So by us as dietitian guiding them, it helps them to improve their health, to function normally, and to be the best that they can be. So it's a very rewarding job. And at SWRHA, we have the privilege of having the nutrition and dietetics department at San Fernando, at Piparo, at Hoover, at Point Fortin. We are all over, so that at any point in time, the good thing about SWRHA is that you can work and move within all of these facilities. So it helps you as an individual to also learn the areas. So my encouragement to all of you as you participate in your career day is to listen, to learn, to ask questions, and realize how diverse the field is, and that we have so many different professions that you can get involved with, not just thinking nutrition means kitchen and food. There are many, many, many things that you can do. So I wish all of you the best, and I hope you have a great day. And just for the record, I know my daughter is listening, so I hope that she also has a great day, and that at the end of this, I can hear some direction she would also like to go in. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ms. Lambert, for sharing.
Miss Devian, we are ready?
Yes, Miss, it's loading.
All right. So wonderful. We just heard about careers in nutrition. Of course, another area, if anybody is interested in the health sector, of course, we have that subject, food and nutrition, on the curriculum, so that persons can be exposed to the value of good nutrition. So we appreciate that, Ms. Lambert. I don't know if we have any other persons from SWRHA who would like to share their field in the meantime while the video is loading.
Hi, good morning, everybody.
Good morning, go ahead.
All right, great. So I'd like to speak about nursing in the interim.
Your audio is a little low, ma'am.
Low.
Okay, can you hear me any better?
A little better.
Okay, I'll do my best to speak as loud as possible. So my name is Macy Julian, and I work as a registered nurse within the Southwest Regional Health Authority. And I would like to talk about nursing for a little while, in case anyone here might be interested in it. Nursing is a very rewarding career, something that, you know, you must love persons, you must love interacting and caring and be interested in, you know, the well-being of our
Now, this is the interesting thing, students. In doing stuff virtually, you know you would have virtual challenges. So there you go. Praise the Lord.
Health Authority. I am Chloe Mandezi.
And Kamara Gopal.
We work as medical social workers, also known as MSWs, in the public healthcare system to provide specialist social work services to our patients at the health centers in County Victoria District
And San Fernando General Hospital in the Southwest Regional Health Authority. MSWs are also available at our New Point Fortin Hospital and at all other healthcare facilities located in the counties St. Patrick and Caroni South.
As MSWs, we assist patients and their families to cope with various concerns that may affect their medical diagnosis, their ability to adhere to treatment, and adapt to recommended lifestyle changes.
We understand that a person's social environment and psychological being, their emotions, thoughts, beliefs, personality, can affect their physical and mental wellness as well as their ability to perform routine functions and to cope with life stressors.
We develop collaborative treatment plans with members of multidisciplinary teams, as well as clients and their relatives, and other support systems in order to motivate and empower them to overcome various challenges. We play a significant role in identifying and linking clients to community resources and external social service agencies to provide solutions within their environment to meet identified needs towards improving their social functioning.
Some common issues presented to us on a daily basis are adjustment reaction, social support, poor housing conditions, child abuse, domestic violence, teenage parenting, elder abuse, social displacement, and emotional conflict or stress.
MSWs are indeed crucial members of the primary and secondary healthcare team and perform many roles, including advocate, counselor, mediator, researcher, case manager, broker, community change agent.
Our client populations include as children, the elderly, pregnant women, and those who recently gave birth, patients with a diagnosis of cancer, HIV, chronic diseases, patients whose diagnoses necessitate medical treatment or surgery, patients who are in need of alternative home care arrangements, patients who have to adjust and rehabilitate after surgery or a medical procedure, patients with kidney disease in need of treatment, those who require medical equipment after surgery such as amputation, and just about any patient and family member who require our specialized care and assistance.
To become a medical social worker, you need a Bachelor's of Science degree in social work from a recognized tertiary institution, a minimum of 336 hours field education training at a medical social work agency, registration with the Medical and Psychiatric Social Worker Board, and annual retention with the Council of Professions related to medicine, and also a passion for working with persons who are experiencing difficult life circumstances.
It's nice to meet you, and we hope to see some of you in the future. Dream it, believe it, make it happen.
Hi, good day. My name is Dr. Adrian Alexander. I'm a medical doctor in the Department of Medicine at San Fernando General Hospital. Today, I would like to inform you guys about the becoming a doctor. In Trinidad, we do a MBBS degree from UWI, which requires passes either CAPE or A-levels or equivalent in chemistry and biology and another subject. Also, they may have associate's degree in a science or a full Bachelor of Science degree with acceptable GPA to enter the program. The program takes 5 years. It's a quite rigorous program divided into basic science for 3 years and 2 years of clinical sciences, where the basic sciences mostly you learn the theory in classrooms with introduction to the clinical life, and the last 2 years you get purely clinical teachings and you're on the wards and you get to become more like a doctor. To be honest, it was the most interesting and I'll never turn back from what I did, and you learn very much. It's very challenging, but the one takeaway message is have to have a passion and love for what you do, and by far it was worth it at the end. It still has a great amount of requirements, and I would encourage anyone to do and become a doctor, but you need to dream it, believe it, and make it happen.
Hi, my name is Shiva Baliram. I'm assigned to the Biomedical Engineering Department under the SWRHA. I'm currently a biomedical technician too. Some of my daily duties are calibrating, repairing, and performing training on various biomedical equipment. Currently, I am assigned to the main operating theater, dialysis, ICU, and all operating theaters in the SFGH. The area of biomedical engineering is a very broad area. It entails a lot of science and technology. The qualifications that you need to enter this field would be science related. You would need to have a strong background in mathematics, physics, biology, and chemistry. These areas would be these natural sciences would be an asset towards building a successful career in biomedical engineering. At the biomedical engineering department, the current requirements, entry requirements to become a biomedical technician would be a diploma in electrical or electronic engineering, a diploma in mechanical, electrical, and electronic technology, or at the higher level, a degree in physics, medical physics, or biomedical technology at the University of the West Indies. These programs are offered in various schools and are accepted by the department as a form of entry. The field is very rewarding in that you make a difference every day in the lives of many patients, because you would have to interact by fixing and repairing these biomedical devices, which play an important role in the quality of healthcare, which is given by the healthcare providers. So remember to dream it, believe it, and make it happen.
Hi, good day. My name is Ms. Janelle Dial. I work as a pharmacist at San Fernando General Hospital in the Southwest Regional Health Authority. As a pharmacist, your job entails dispensation and compounding of medication, counseling of patients, and drug inventory management. To become a pharmacist, the requirements include A-level passes, which must include biology and chemistry, along with any other A-level subject. On completion of A-levels, you would need to apply for a BSc degree in pharmacy at the University of the West Indies. After completion of the degree, you would need to apply for a pre-registration period at any private or hospital pharmacy, where it includes a 6-month training with a registered pharmacist. On completion of that, you would need to apply to be a registered pharmacist at the Pharmacy Board of Trinidad and Tobago. It's nice to meet you. Dream it, believe it, make it happen.
I am Sally Chandler. I work as a patient care coordinator in the San Fernando General Hospital in the obstetric department at Southwest Regional Health Authority. I am assigned to the obstetric and gynecology department of the hospital, and I manage and coordinate the nursing and midwifery related care for the pregnant woman and the childbearing family. I supervise the following areas: the antenatal ward, postnatal ward, labor ward, neonatal intensive care unit, maternal and child health clinic, gynecology ward, and the oncology department. To become a patient care coordinator, you must be a registered nurse, licensed midwife, with management experience and or degree in the related field. It is so nice to meet you. Dream it, believe it, make it happen.
I am Macy Julian. I work as a registered nurse at the San Fernando Teaching Hospital at the Southwest Regional Health Authority. As a nurse, my job comprises of caring for patients in many different stages of life, from birth to even performing end-of-life care. We also assist with the supervision and teaching of our nursing students, our nursing assistant trainees, and our patient care assistants. As a registered nurse, there are various avenues in which you can grow and enjoy in your career path. Some of those pathways can include specializing to become a midwife, a pediatric nurse, a trauma-trained nurse, an operating theater nurse, and you can even become a nursing educator within the hospital. Outside of the hospital, there are even the possibilities of becoming a district health visitor and the primary care nurse manager, for example. Important to note, once you're trained as a registered nurse in Trinidad, you can become an RN anywhere in the world. To become a registered nurse, you need to obtain at least 5 CXC subjects, which must include mathematics, English, and a science subject. There are 4 active nursing schools across the country, and requirements may vary slightly from school to school where age is concerned, but you can be accepted between the ages of 17 to 45 years old. Once you are successful in all your examinations at the end of the nursing program, you can then register through the Nursing Council of Trinidad and Tobago to become a registered nurse. You can then begin your exciting journey on the nursing career path you have chosen. So, it's nice to meet you. Dream it, believe it, make it happen.
Hello, my name is Kamal Hussein. I am currently working as a nutrition and dietetic aide at the San Fernando Teaching Hospital in the Southwest Regional Health Authority. My daily duties include face-to-face contact with the patients, plating the meals to the patient according to the correct diet, serving the meals and collecting and cleaning of cutleries. To become a nutrition and dietetic aide, you need 3 CXC subjects: maths, English, and food and nutrition. Experience in the field will be accessed. It is nice to meet you and hope you consider working in this field. Dream it, believe it, make it happen.
Hello, my name is Keith Alexis. I am currently working as a nutrition and therapeutic diet cook at the Point Fortin Hospital in the Southwest Regional Authority. My daily duties include, but not limited to, maintaining cleanliness of the work area, preparation of food items in accordance to the menu, and cooking of the food according to the patient's dietary restrictions. To become a therapeutic diet cook, you must need at least 3 subjects and a certificate from a hospitality school or any other relevant institution. Experience in the field, and of course the love for the field, will be a great asset. It was nice to meet you all, and I do hope that you consider working in this field. Dream it, believe it, make it happen.
Ms. George?
You. Thank you so much. I thoroughly enjoyed this presentation because it showed teamwork. And this is what I would love for the students to recognize in the health sector. There is a lot of teamwork, and there are many professions that make up the SWRHA. We heard from nutrition, engineering, science, etc. So, Miss Devian, I don't know if you have any final message for the students. Is there anything else that you would like to just share?
I would just like to say, first and foremost, thank you for the opportunity to share and be part of this virtual experience. I want to encourage each and every student to work hard despite the challenges. I know that the virtual learning is difficult for some, but I want to encourage each and every one of you to do your best. Let no one and nothing in this life deter you from achieving your goals. All right, dream it, believe it, and make it happen. I thank you. Bye-bye.
Okay, thank you so much again. So there are no questions presently, but again, I would just like to highlight, as you saw, a wide array of professions in the health sector. So as I said, when you are choosing, know that there is no limitation on the careers that you can choose in the health industry. And of course, if you require more information, feel free to contact your resident guidance officer counselor so that you can discuss the other careers that you can have interest in. So thank you so much again, SWRHA. And at this time, we have Kenson on board. We have Mr. Jason Kangali representing the Kenson organization. So sir, could you go ahead and make your presentation? Thank you so much again to SWRHA, and we welcome Kenson.
Hi, good morning, Ms. George. Good morning, students. Just a quick question for Ms. George. Would I have to upload my video? I uploaded the video already, but do I play it off of my system or?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Yeah.
sir. Go ahead. Thank you very much.
Okay, no problem. All right. So, hi, good morning, students. My name is Jason Kangley, and I'm the Student Affairs Manager at the Kenson School of Production Technology. Now, today, before I get into my school and tell you what we do, I just wanted to share a little bit about myself with you. Believe it or not, I sat in Form 1 many years ago, eager for information just as you are today. And I truly wish that I had opportunities like career fairs and stuff like that when I was in Form 1. So you're being given a very great opportunity by your guidance counselors, because back in my day, we didn't have this sort of thing. So just to let you know, you're in Form 1 and Form 2, and you don't have to make decisions right away, but you have to develop some sort of plan, because very soon you're going to be in Form 5 and you're going to be making decisions on your future. A lot of students, to be honest with you, after they've completed Form 5, they go into the world of work. Some move on to Form 6. Some move on to tertiary education. So there are options available for you. So I'm going to share with you just a little bit of my experience. In Form 1 and 2, even 3, I really didn't know what I wanted to do with my life. I thought I just get a job after Form 5 and that would be it, to be honest with you. But this was not the case. It was very hard, even back in my day, to get jobs after Form 5. You had to settle for entry-level positions, sometimes even working in a grocery or something like that. So there's always reason for you to improve yourself. So for me, I decided that I wanted to go to university. There weren't much options in Trinidad, to be honest with you. At that time, there wasn't GATE. That's another thing you guys are blessed with. GATE actually, if you don't know what it stands for or what it does, it gives you money towards your tertiary education from the government, right? We didn't have that in that time. So it was literally pay for your tertiary education or find a job. For me, I looked at it. I couldn't get into UWI at the time. It was very oversubscribed. And I looked at University Away. I wrote the SATs and I got a scholarship to a small college in New York called St. Francis College. Now, I had never dreamed about going to school in the United States, and it happened for me. And it all happened because I explored opportunities, which I encourage you to do also. Also, it doesn't have to be university. It could be looking at a trade, doing things you like, developing your entrepreneurial spirit. If you're good at baking, maybe trying to see if you could sell some of your cakes. I heard before someone asked about making money online. A lot of persons post their cakes, their pastries, their products online and make money via that media. So they would post their cake. It's available. Call on your phone number to get pricing and so forth. All those are options you have available now in order to make money online. It doesn't have to be you wait till you finish Form 5. Of course, you have to be safe, practice proper internet etiquette. If you are selling stuff now, make sure that your parents go with you to drop off products, that kind of thing. Yeah, so sorry to get sidetracked there, but I ended up doing my bachelor degree at the college in New York, St. Francis College. And I thought that would have been it. And I ended up getting a scholarship to do my master's and then a scholarship to do my PhD. All this goes to say that, you know, if you explore options, the world is open to you. You will have your pick of what you want to do, right? And that came to me. That happened to me while I didn't know what I wanted to do after Form 5. So with that said, right now I'll share a small video about my school, and I'll also share a PowerPoint presentation afterwards where you could get my contact information. Even if you're not interested in courses at my school, I'd still be willing to talk to you about career advice. You know, so I'll play the video now, and then we can go through the PowerPoint, and then I'll open it up for questions. One minute, please. I'm not, Ms. George, I'm getting in trouble to get the video on from here. Sorry. One minute, sorry about that. Right, share. Sick. Okay, I hope you guys enjoyed that video. I'll just go in. I should have started with this also. Some of the professions that you can get into the oil and gas industry are process technician, mechanical technician, instrumentation technician, and electrical technician. There's also engineers in those fields that you could get into the oil and gas industry through starting with Kenson School of Production Technology. I'll now go into a brief PowerPoint. No, I won't go through the whole PowerPoint because, again, as I say, it's early. You're in Form 1 and Form 2. You have a lot of decisions to make. So I'll just go through the important parts of the PowerPoint. So at Kenson, we believe knowledge is energy, building capabilities, training the nation, the region, and the world. Now, when I say knowledge is energy, to work in the energy industry, which we do, you need the knowledge. And Kenson, we provide that knowledge to you. So that's why we say knowledge is energy. The Kenson School of Production Technology envisions itself as the leading training provider in the energy sector locally, regionally, and internationally. Now, these are some of our affiliations and registrations. So we're registered with ACTT, so our courses are gate funded. We're also registered with City and Guilds, and our 4 programs, the process, electrical, mechanical, and instrumentation courses are all City and Guilds approved courses. That means they're recognized worldwide, right? We believe in strong practical elements to our program. So if you do want to get into the oil and gas sector, we are one of the main schools you would want to go to. What distinguishes us from other schools is that we have the large practical element to our program, to every program. So whereas you may do the theoretical part of programs in the oil and gas industry at, let's say, different universities or institutions, you still need that practical knowledge after you finish. At Kenson, we provide that practical along with the theoretical. We have on our campus, we have a custom-built simulator. We have all the equipment, all the gauges, all the machinery that you will encounter in the oil and gas sector on our compound. And students go through practicals with these equipment, so they're better prepared when they come to Kenson for the oil and gas sector. So some of our programs are, now these are our level 4s, the offshore production operator training. So if you want to work offshore, you could come to Kenson and do a 1-year program, and you'd be qualified to work offshore. Now, I don't know if you know anything about working offshore, but the pay is pretty good. The scenery is very good. It's a very exciting field also. Starting off, an oil and gas offshore technician makes around $8,000 to $12,000 a month. Same with land-based operator. Now, you can pick between the offshore operator and the land-based operator. Both work in the oil and gas industry, but one is specialized for offshore and one is specialized for land-based production. I would have told you before about our 4 level 3 programs, and they are the diplomas in oil and gas process technician, instrumentation, electrical, and mechanical. These are our level 3 programs. So as soon as you finish CXC and you don't necessarily have to have maths and science. We could also give you that. But once you have 5 CXC, you could come to Kinston and do these programs and be able to work in the oil and gas sector after that, after a period of 1 year in our programs. We also have some short courses that you could do even before you write CXC. So we have like basic welding, basic instrumentation, basic electrical, scaffolding. If you're interested in a trade, you could also check us out. And it's something you could do before CXC. So with that said, I just wanted to share our contact information again. Let me share my contact information. Again, my name is Jason Kangley. I'm the Manager of Student Affairs for the Kinston School of Production Technology. That's my contact information there. And again, as I said, even if you aren't interested in courses at Kinston and you need some career advice, you need to know what road to walk down in this road of life, you could always give me a call and I could help guide you along that path. All right. With that said, I'll now open it up for questions, if anyone has any questions.
Thank you so much, Mr. Kangley. Yes, there is a question. A student is asking, what are the advantages and disadvantages of being in the oil and gas company?
I think in recent times, we've seen a lot of the disadvantages with the COVID pandemic and stuff, but I must add it's a misconception that there are a lot of job losses in the oil and gas sector at this time. The oil and gas sector is controlled by the price of oil. So a lot of times you'll find it's vulnerable to, if the price of oil goes down, you would have companies worrying. If it goes up, they're happy. I must say that also we are in the business of supplying technicians to a number of the high-level oil and gas companies in Trinidad and Tobago. And during the course of this pandemic, we haven't had to send home many technicians because, one, even though the price of oil drops or we are in a pandemic, the exploration still continues. So the exploration for oil still continues. So once you're in that technical field, you most likely still have a job until I guess the oil and gas is depleted, which won't happen for many years to come, probably in the next 20 or 30 years. Yeah.
All right, thank you. And we have two more questions. A student is asking, if in your 5 subjects you do not have maths or science, would that still be a problem?
No, it wouldn't be a problem, because what we do, even if you don't have maths and science, we have bridging programs in which the student can do maths and science with us. You do not have to do it first before you start our program. You do it while doing our program, so in conjunction. And it's not at a hefty cost. It's $500 for the math and $500 for the science. So $1,000 extra just to get the maths and science bridging programs. So it wouldn't be a problem. And the next question.
All right. So the other 2 questions have a lot to do with diversity. Okay. Now, in your video presentation, I would have seen women being part of the training. So the 2 questions, I'm putting it together in one. Students want to know, in terms of the ratio of males and females, is there a lot of females being females being part of the industry? Is it a lot?
Oh, I would say it's a male-dominated industry, but in recent times we have been seeing the increase in women in the industry. I'll give you an example. For instance, in our most recent intakes at Kenson, it's almost 50-50 with regards to women wanting to do the process technician, the maintenance technician programs. I will also say there has been a push by the oil and gas companies in Trinidad and Tobago to also hire women technicians. So you will see, I could share with you, we've been given requests by Shell and even BHP to provide our female students for roles at those companies in the refining and the operations part of it. So there has been an increase in recent times. It's always been, as I say though, in the past, a more male heavy industry, but it has been changing.
Okay, thanks so much for that. A student wants to find out about mechanical engineering. In that field, what would be the entry requirements if it is you would like to do mechanical engineering?
It's the same entry requirements for all the programs, 5 CXC. But if you don't have maths and science, we help you with that via our bridging programs. When you get into the program, though, is where the differentiation comes. So our process technician is trained differently than our mechanical technician, but they all get the practical aspect of working with the equipment, working with the gauges, working with the control room that we have on our compound.
All right, okay. So the questions are coming fast and furious.
No problem, no problem at all.
So another student wants to find out generally, how long are the courses at Kenson?
Right, so our maintenance technician programs are 1 year, but you usually finish before the year is up. We run right now with the COVID pandemic. We have been running classes online. So we run the theory part of it online. So it's usually 5:30 to 8:30 on evenings. So if you finish school, you could also get a job and still do our program. We also have full-time during the day, 9 to 12 and 1 to 3 during the day. We also have on Saturdays and Sundays. So it's basically how you want to learn the program. They all last a year. What else? The programs are after the year of the program is when you can work in the oil and gas. So it's not like you have to go do a separate course after to get the practical with us. After the year of the program, our students have been hired at, just to name a few, again, BP, BHP, EOG, Heritage, Harrier, Shell. Our students all go, and even the Kenson group, we have our parent company has been providing technicians to the oil and gas sector for 25 years. So even if students aren't hired at those major companies, there is the chance of being hired at Kenson. Now, we don't guarantee employment. I like to stress that. I don't think anybody could guarantee employment. But once you do good in the program, once you maintain, and I would speak to students about this, it doesn't just add up to be doing good in a program. You have to have that school spirit. You have to have that mentality that you're willing to work. All these things are stuff you develop at Kenson and then go out into the working world. So yeah, basically a year and you're able to work in the field.
All right, thank you very much. I'm seeing this question here with drilling engineering. I don't know if it's drilling engineering, the student, but I think if I can interpret it, I think in terms of careers that allow you to be on a rig, so to speak, yes. So if you can share some of the careers that allow you to be on the rig.
Yeah, well, all our programs there would allow you to be on the rig.
Mm-hmm.
The 4 level 3 programs, which you can do after CXC. And once you've completed those, you can even do the level 4 programs, which are the offshore technician and the land-based technician. All our students are able to go out on the rigs after. Again, we have the equipment on on our compound. So like students, I'll share a story with you. There are students that have come to us with 3 CXC. They didn't have maths and science. They did our bridging program, and they did our level 3 program of either process, electrical, mechanical, or instrumentation. There was one student I could share with you was hired by BP off the bat to be a technician. Now, I'm not saying this happens all the time, but that student was willing to work. He showed his hard working spirit, that kind of thing, and now he has graduated from being a technician to being a manager at BP. So that's one of our success stories. We have students that even when they have finished university or they've finished a drilling program at UTT and NESC and that kind of stuff, they still have to come to Kingston to get that practical knowledge and then get a job. So that's what we're known for, is that practical part of it. But after our students complete our programs, they're all able to work on rigs and in the oil and gas sector.
All right. Another student is asking, do you consider these professions as very dangerous? So could you speak a little bit to health and safety?
So one of the units you will complete in each of our programs is the health and safety course, which will teach you about what precautions, what necessities must be done on the rigs and in the oil and gas sector. So it's one of our units in all of our programs, and safety is of high priority in the oil and gas sector. I'll just give you an example. Every month there has to be a report done on the number of accidents that occur in the oil and gas sector, with who it occurred, why it occurred. That's how detailed we get in the oil and gas, and that anywhere you go, in most technical fields or in the industrial estates and stuff like that, health and safety is of high priority. And literally in the oil and gas sector, if you don't take these precautions, you could lose your life, So it's something we take very seriously at Kingston. We have a whole unit dedicated to health and safety in our programs.
All right, thank you very much. I'm seeing a question here, but I know you may have answered it already, but I'm just...
No problem. Okay. Any question is welcome.
I think the student is asking as it pertains to on-the-job training. I know you said that while there is training, there is also practice and preparation for going out there. So if it is, you can just reiterate, please. Thanks.
Yeah. So again, all our programs include that practical aspect. You will have to purchase coveralls, your steel-tip boots, your hard hats, your safety goggles and stuff like that, your gloves, in order to enter our simulator. So you get that practical experience. But also what we do have too is apprenticeship programs where our students, and again, it's very competitive. Students will have to ensure that they do good in the program, in the units. They score high in the examinations. They're exhibiting that aura and that hardworking spirit, so that lecturers, even operation managers at our company would notice that, hey, this student has something we need. So that it's look, and again, this is off the oil and gas sector. Students, you have to try and build those skills, and we call them soft skills. You know, your public speaking. Don't be shy to speak in class, or or read, because all that is preparing you for going out into the world and working. You'll have to do presentations on your job. You'll have to speak to other individuals. You may have to do like me and speak to other students. I wasn't comfortable with speaking at all, but now it's your job and you have to do it. And what I take pride in is one day you'll help a student achieve or get to that profession that they want. And it's a very fulfilling experience. Now, even though in the world of work, when you start working, you'll have to help others. You'll have to advise your little brother. You may have to advise people in the neighborhood, and you want to be giving them the best information. Off topic, I know, but we have the apprenticeship programs where we choose those students that stand out to us. They have more than just the academics. They have the soft skills. They have the presentation. They're always willing to help. And those things stand out to employers also. And also when an employer looks at your resume and he or she says, I see you're involved in charity work. Tell me a little bit about that. Or are you involved in any charity work? I saw you helped with a beach cleanup. Those are all things you want to be involved in, because it will help you later on in life. So don't turn your face at those things, but just know that it's preparing you for something greater.
Yeah. All right. I really appreciate that, sir. So as I said, there may be some questions that you would have answered already.
Oh, no problem.
To give the students their own day in the sun, I'm making sure I ask all the questions. So just this one last question. Another student just wants you to share a little bit more on the remuneration of being in the oil and gas sector.
Yes. After completing our program as a technician, you're looking at, if you get a job in the sector as either instrumentation, mechanical, or electrical or process, you're looking at $8,000 to $12,000 a month starting salary, right? Now that may grow, and it may be even more depending on the company you get hired with. But that's the average for a technician. Now, as you get more qualified in the field, and you move to level 4, or you even move to engineer, you're looking at probably in the area of $20,000 to $30,000 a month, easy, as in the oil and gas sector. So it's a rewarding, monetary wise, it's a rewarding field. But again, there are health and safety precautions that must be taken. But it is a very diverse field also. Our technicians have traveled the world. We have technicians that have trained in our school that are working in Ghana, Kenya, Australia, to name a few, Peru, Colombia. They have traveled the world, and even with other companies. Well, we haven't been able to keep track, but I will tell you, a large number of our technicians have also worked with BP, BHP, EOG, and they have traveled the world. And our recognition is international because of City and Guilds and the other qualifications.
Okay, sure. Just one more question I'm seeing here in terms of the age limits, as far as being in the field of engineering. Well, I could put it this way, sir. In terms of persons qualifying at Kenson, is there an age limit?
For our level 3 programs, you don't have to be 18 once you've completed CXC, which some persons complete at 16. You can start the program at Kenson. Of course, you would have to have a parent permission to start, and usually we get a parental signature while our 16-year-olds have started the program. So we do keep in contact with parents via WhatsApp and updating them of the students' progress and stuff like that. But as long as you have CXC, you can start our level 3 programs. But even our short courses, our 6 to 8 week courses in electrical, plumbing, and AC, to name a few, you can start without CXC. So even if you want, let's say for summer, you want to gauge your interest in plumbing or electrical installation or AC, you could come to Kenson and do that.
All right. So, yes, sir. Thank you. Well, I don't see any more questions coming in. You have given us quite a bit of information, and you said that you were going to leave your contact if
Yes.
students want to get more information. So go ahead and share.
Okay, no problem. All right, guys. This is my contact information. That mobile is my work phone. I'm welcome to you all calling me on that mobile, or even messaging me via WhatsApp. And that's my email address there also. So you could take those things down. And if you need more information on Kenson or even otherwise career-wise, you could give me a call or send me an email.
All
and
right.
I can make this available to you also, Ms. George. I can send you,
Yes.
Ms. Charles, in an email so you can share with other students also.
Yes, sure, no problem. So once Mr. Kangali shares it, we have many guidance officers and guidance counselors who will be able to pass on this information to you all, especially those who are interested in this area. I'm taking the motto there, knowledge is energy. So if you want more knowledge in the energy sector, please feel free to contact Mr. Kangali. So Mr. Kangali, thank you so much for being part of our career fair. Students, at this time, we are going to share a short motivational video as we go towards that 12 o'clock, 12:10 hour. And I just want to remind all students, we are here again tomorrow from 10 o'clock. So you are invited to once again click on the link and come in so that you would be exposed to other careers. So today we were exposed to CTS College, we were exposed to SWRHA, we were exposed to Kenson. And as you all have seen, an array of careers as well as qualifications that are available to you. CTS College, they were more on IT and business. So if this is an area you are interested in, please access the information that they shared, cts.com, as well as please contact your guidance officer or guidance counselor. We observed with SWRHA, there were many professions in the health sector. We had nutrition, we had biochemical engineering, we had medicine, we had nursing, we had even patient care, we had medical social work, an array of professions. So once again, you can interact with your guidance officer, guidance counselor. And then we had Kenson in the energy sector, oil and gas, with many areas for qualification so that you can be exposed to the energy sector. And I noticed many of the questions came for the energy sector. And I know a big part of the attraction is the remuneration, but be mindful with the remuneration. Know that, as Sir would have indicated, health and safety is of utmost priority. So we thank all the presenters for taking the time and sharing their information with us. So I'm reminding you, students, again, we are on again at 10 o'clock in the morning. Please log in. There would be other careers that you would be exposed to. So at this time, we will just play the motivational video, as you all also need to be, keep your enthusiasm up and keep yourselves motivated as you work towards your goals and you shoot and hit those targets.
For me, it has been to be that guy that does what people say can't be done, And I think it started with trying to please my mother and trying to please my grandmother, and they always wanted higher for me. They always wanted more for me, and it got to the point that I wanted to be something. I wanted to be somebody, and it made me choose certain roles. It made me turn down certain roles. There is more than an image that I want to project. I want to be the person that is the first person there and the last person to leave. That's who I want to be, because I think that the road to success is through commitment and through the strength to drive through that commitment when it gets hard. And it is going to get hard, and you're going to want to quit sometimes, but it'll be colored by who you are and more who you want to be. I definitely found that wanting to be an actor stems from wanting to be somebody.
My mom wanted me to be a truck driver because that would mean I would make $24,000 a year if I went to Truck Masters, and that would be twice what my father made. And she thought that would happen, but something inside of me said, I don't want to drive a truck. There's something else that matters more to me, and I decided I was not going to go for money instead of passion. And the rewards have been pretty amazingly better than being a truck driver. It's not bad being a truck driver, it's just not what I was after. And I look back, and one of the things that helped me was my original teacher, Jim Rohn, who was a personal development speaker I went to hear when I was 17. He said something the first time I heard him, and he said, it's really simple. If you want life to change, you got to change. If you want life to be better, you've got to get better. It's the only way it happens. And luck will show up for people and it'll leave them. But if you're constantly improving who you are and what you give, game over.
See if you can find some ways to multiply your value to the marketplace. And he said your income will immediately start to change.
See, if you go through life holding back, and most of us do, most of us, if we ask ourselves, have we done all we can do? Most of us will have to answer, no, we haven't. We've been holding back. We have ideas that we don't act on, things we want to do. We're afraid to take chances. We go through life trying to seek security and not coming outside of our comfort zone, and we take most of our stuff with us to the grave.
Up until then, I was hoping that the economy would change. I was hoping that my company would change. I was hoping that my paycheck would change. I was hoping that circumstances outside would change. And then here's what I found out. It isn't going to change. So then my question was, if it isn't going to change, how will my life ever change? And here's what my teacher taught me. When you change, everything will change for you.
And I'm saying that the fact that you're still here, that you're still breathing, you've got some more work, and you owe it to yourself. You owe it to yourself. So when you get up in the morning, that you can look yourself in the face and say, hey, I'm living my life on my terms.
Change a question, change your life. When it comes to planning your life, I want to get you to learn to ask 3 questions now. The question you want to ask yourself is, what do I want? What's my outcome? What's my result? The word RPM, the first one, is to get you focused on the target. The target is not the activity. The activity can change. It's what's the result I'm after. If you know exactly what it is you really want, what you desire, what you're really after, clarity is power. The more clear you are and specifically what you want, the faster your brain can get you there. But if you're generally saying things like, what do I want? Well, I want more money. Fine, here's $1, get out of here. Whether you get the outcome or not, whether you get that result, will be based first, do you have clarity? And the second thing is, whether you got enough emotional juice to keep going after it when things don't work out. Did you achieve the outcome? Yeah, when you're that general,
Okay, so pleasant afternoon, everyone. We will see you all next morning at 10. When I say next morning, I mean tomorrow morning. So tomorrow is the 5th. We see you tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. where we will expose you once again to other careers as we dream it, believe it, make it happen. Have a pleasant afternoon.